Okay, let's finish up this example. At x equals minus 1, I plug that in the second derivative, and when I did that I got a positive number, so that tells me I have a smiler, which is a relative min, at x equals minus 1. And I plugged the minus 1 way back into the original and got y equals minus 2. So I know for sure that I have a relative min at that point. Now I'll go over to here. When I put the 0 into the second derivative, I got 0. So this test is inconclusive, and we'll come back and deal with that. And then I threw in 1 into my second derivative, where I got a negative number, and that created a frown, which is a relative max at the value 1. I plugged that back into the original, and sure enough, I got the value 2. So this is definitely a relative max and definitely a relative min. We're not sure what's going on here, so we have to go back to the first derivative test. At the first derivative test, we're going to look to the left and to the right. So I used my calculator to help me plug in negative 1/2 for the test point on this side and positive 1/2 for the test point on that side, as we do on first derivatives. So I put in the value in my calculator of the first derivative, and then I went to second trace, which is the calc menu, value 1, and I'm going to tell it x equals minus 0.5, enter, and I quickly see I get a positive value, so this side is positive. And then I need to check on the other side, so I'm going to go back to my calculator, do second calc, value 1, put in positive 0.5, enter, and I get a positive value as well. So what does that tell me on the second derivative, on the first derivative test? What does it tell me when the value of the first derivative is positive and then positive? Well, it tells me that it's coming up in a positive way, then it zeroes out, but then it continues positive. So we have an uphill rest right there, which is neither a max nor a min point. So therefore, at this is point 0, we have no max or min, no relative max or min. All right. So you see these problems actually become simpler by using the second derivative test. You only have one value to put in your test unless you get a second derivative value of 0. Then you go back and repeat the first derivative test. All right, so I'm going to end that and hope that you're having a good break and bring all this to class, and we will practice quite a few of these. And the next video we'll talk about where to find concavity. We will use concavity to find points of inflection. So it'll be very close to what we've been talking about. So till then, bye.